What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild challenge here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today, the Golden State Warriors challenge. Now, this one is not as self-explanatory as many of the other ones that I have done, so let me go ahead and explain it to you real quick. So this one actually came from a comment. I want to give a big thank you to Beef Wellington. Interesting YouTube name. Nonetheless, thank you for the idea. Video idea. The Warriors challenge. Have 3 All-Stars, go at least 73-9, and win the championship. Now, the Warriors did have 3 All-Stars back when they did go 73-9. Unfortunately, they didn't win the finals that year. That was still, to this date, one of the best NBA finals I've ever seen. Obviously, the Cavs came back, and they did win the championship. LeBron brought a championship to Cleveland. And today, we're going to try to do that. It's going to be in a fantasy draft style. The CPU is going to draft my entire team, and the goal by the end of year 3 is to obviously have all those things accomplished. This is another fun one that I really never thought of before, and of course, it is all thanks to you guys for me doing some of these videos. Of course, if you guys do have any other rebuild challenges, feel free to comment them below. If you don't think that I'm seeing them, I promise you I really am. And even though I probably can't get to all of them, I really do appreciate your comments, and I do put a lot of them down in my notes for me to maybe get to them in future 2Ks or something like that along the lines. But we got a long time before 2K23 comes, so we will be doing a lot more challenges. Of course, if you guys are new around here as well, could subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. Road to 30K is real now that we are finally back in grinding. I really do appreciate all you guys who are new around here and all of you OGs as well. And of course, if you guys can leave a like on the video, it would definitely help me out a ton as well. Without further ado, man, the Golden State Warriors challenge. We got to go at least 73-9, have 3 All-Stars, and hopefully get a championship. Let's hop into it. So it would obviously be really, really cool for me to go ahead and actually use the Warriors in this. It's obviously a fantasy draft rebuild, so no matter what, we wouldn't have them. But I don't want you guys to think I'm cheating in any way. So we'll just scroll through the teams and randomly select one pretty much as always. I hate for anybody to think that. And we'll stop in 3, 2, and 1. We end up with the Indiana Pacers. They will be the team that we are using today. The CPU is going to draft the entirety of my team. I'll see you guys with the squad. So here's what the team is looking like. We got Donovan Mitchell kind of anchoring it down, and next to him, we have DeJounte Murray. So already a really young, really solid backcourt. I'm super excited about this one. I think these two could play well together. Obviously, DeJounte Murray, really good playmaker, really solid defensive piece. Donovan Mitchell, not the best defensive player in the world. I'm actually surprised he even has a B+ defensive rating. But rest of the squad, OG Anunoby here, very good player. I'm really excited to have him. Hopefully can be good enough to be on this team and maybe potentially be our 3rd All-Star. Andre Drummond, who will definitely be traded before the year starts. Daniel Gafford, Caleb Martin, who got a fat extension from Miami Heat. Congrats. Poku, the second kind of twin tower, if you will, in Oklahoma City now. He's got potential to be unbelievable, him and Chet. Kevin Huerter, Josh Richardson, JaMychal Green, Saban Lee, Billy Hernangomez, Mike James, and Dylan Windler. This is an interesting team. Let's go ahead and get into some trades. We have a really good first trade here coming with the Miami Heat. Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond, and 2 second-round picks going to go to Miami. We're going to get Jeremy Grant back, who can really be a solid option for us at that power forward spot. And we're also going to get Io back as well, who really could be a really solid backup point guard behind DeJounte Murray. So overall, we didn't even have to give up a first-round pick. I think the main reason this trade's going through is because for God knows what reason, Andre Drummond has 3 stars, but that's a really good first trade. The Milwaukee Bucks want to give me an unprotected first-round pick in 2024 for JaMychal Green, who really is not going to be getting many minutes now that we acquired Jeremy Grant. So we're going to go ahead and send him over there. This first-round pick, who really knows how valuable it'll be in 2 years? Evidently, it could be a really good trade piece for us as well. We look at this squad. It's a pretty good team, but it's definitely not the best team I've ever seen. But a first-round pick for somebody who's not going to play. I'm going to do this every single day of the week. I'm now going to set the rotation, and I'll see you guys with that before we do start simming year number 1. So being completely honest and transparent, no, this team's not going to go anywhere near 73-9. At the most, I'm going to assume we're going to have 2 All-Stars here in DeJounte Murray and Donovan Mitchell. But even that's obviously TBD. So this is still a good team. I don't necessarily think we're going to be bad by any means, but I do not think we're probably going to be in the mix for a championship. DeJounte Murray, Donovan Mitchell, OG Anunoby, Jeremy Grant, and Daniel Gafford going to be the starting 5 here. For the first season in Indiana, our bench unit is going to be Io, Poku. Wow, 2 guys whose last name I can't pronounce. So there we go. Kevin Huerter, Josh Richardson, and Billy Hernangomez. Again, not the best bench in the world. It's honestly not horrible, especially our 6th and 7th man, who are obviously both still really young, got a lot of development possibility, and I think that could be really good for us. But this is the squad for year number 1. It's not championship or bust by any means. It's not 73-9 by any means, but hopefully it's a good year. The first regular season for us here in Indiana has come to an end. We are the 4 seed here in the Eastern Conference, number 9 overall in the power rankings. James Harden, your MVP. Not something you see too often in 2K22. The previous year's 2K, yeah, you tend to see that a decent amount. And he's actually back in Brooklyn, funny enough. Funny to see. Cade Cunningham, your rookie of the year in Utah. That's an interesting look. Colin Sexton, 6th man in Houston. Giannis Stevens, player of the year. Oh, great. Another demigod on the New Orleans Pelicans. Tyrese Maxey, most improved. Steve Nash, coach of the year. Looks like the Pelicans are pretty good. All right, let's take a look at the standings. We finished with a record of 49-33. Typically, my threshold on teams that I'm not super confident about is 50 wins, which you might say is pretty high, but it's where I like to be around. But 49, I can live with that. That's fine by me. The numbers on the season. Donovan Mitchell absolutely balled out. I'm going to assume he's an all-star. What I'm going to do right now is check on the all-star status of all of these guys. Obviously, I want to make sure they all, or at least I have 3 all-stars at some point. I'm assuming what the comment meant is have it make sure that in the year where you go 73-9 and better, but we can just check just to see, if you will. So let's check the all-star status. He was an all-star. This was the 2021-2022 season. So yeah, he was an all-star this year. Not for Jeremy Grant, not for DeJounte Murray. So we only had 1 all-star this year. So that's obviously something we're going to have to focus on moving forward. We're going to have to get a really, really good squad here. Rebounds was Gafford and assists was DeJounte Murray. So we are in the playoffs. Obviously, this was not really the championship we're hoping for. We obviously want to win one in our really good season, but it would be cool if we could get one just during this time as well. Drew Holiday, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, John Collins, and Joel Embiid, followed by Jalen Smith, Terrence Davis, Luke Kennard, Myers Leonard off the bench. Pretty solid team there in Toronto. Again, I'm not going to be too tragically disappointed if we don't win at all in these first couple seasons. We're going to a game 7 here in round 1, and we actually lose to the Toronto Raptors led by Joel Embiid. I'm not really heartbroken about it. I'm really only caring about year number 3. The Phoenix Suns get over the hump. It took them a fantasy draft rebuild to get a championship, and Jimmy Butler is your finals MVP. I want to see Jimmy get a ring. I really do. I mean, maybe not now, because now it's kind of like the Celtics period where I want to see them get a ring, but it would be cool just as a basketball fan to see Jimmy get one. All right, let's hit the league meetings. As always, we have nothing here. I would love to increase the salary cap, but I'm not going to. I know the salary cap does tend to increase. It actually does it automatically, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, maybe not. Also, I remembered to turn off previously traded picks. I think this is like our 3rd fantasy draft in a row that I remembered to do that. So I want a W in the comment section from all of you right now because I have a really bad history of forgetting to turn that off, and I feel like I've been on a roll lately with it. All right. Not a Rick Carlisle fan, if I'm being straight up honest with you. I like Stauffer. I tell you guys this every video. If anybody wants to see a new head coach, let me know in the comments section. Let's head up to the NBA draft, where we have the 25th overall pick. I'm probably going to draft somebody and then maybe include them in a trade, or they can come off the bench. Bench is definitely something we do want to work on. So I don't know if we're going to be getting anybody good here. Probably not. This is the 2022 draft class, but we can go ahead and see what happens. Summary so far, Chet goes 1. Duran actually goes 2. Ben Caro, Ivy, Griffin. Jabari Smith Jr. actually tends to fall in these quite often, which I find a little bit weird. Marjon Beauchamp, I believe he's a Milwaukee Buck. Buck? Is he a Buck in real life? Gene Montero, Ochai Bagage, or however you pronounce it. I'm horrible with it. I actually know he's a decent overall, so he's going to be the one I take. I think he could be a decent backup small forward off the bench. He's actually a 73. I know he does progress decently well because I've actually had him in later years of some of my rebuilds. So Io's obviously coming back. Really cheap option right there for him. Josh Richardson's just going to come back just because I can trade him. This is probably one of those rebuilds where I'm going to have to get a little bit cheesy. So if you guys like those style of rebuilds, this is hopefully going to be one for you. Alrighty, let's enter a free agency where we don't really have anybody. We don't really have any cap space, unfortunately, either. But it definitely could be time to make a trade or two, so let's do that. I mentioned it to open this video. I really do like OG Anunoby, but ultimately when we're in a challenge where we have to have 3 all-stars, I just don't think OG is going to hit that threshold. So I think somebody like Jaylen Brown definitely could, as you can see, coming off a year of 26 points, almost 6 boards, 2.5 assists, 1 steal. He would definitely probably be an all-star. I'm assuming he actually probably was an all-star this past season. Obviously, that wouldn't count for us, but yeah, he was an all. Oh, wait. So this actually did count as the 2022 All-Star. So Donovan Mitchell actually wasn't even an All-Star. That's actually something actually really good to note. But yeah, Jaylen Brown would be a huge pickup. I didn't think that trade was going through. Luckily for me, I do have some pieces on this team I wouldn't really mind just giving up. Like Saben Lee, definitely the potential's there. I just don't need him. We have Io, we have DeJounte Murray. Saben Lee could be in a deal, and we potentially don't have to give up as many picks. I think that would be a really good option for us. 2026 first-round pick, and then how about a couple seconds? I prefer not to give up more than 1 first, but obviously, it might have to happen. Or is there anybody else I'd be willing to give? Like, you can have Dylan Windler if you want him. They don't want that to happen. All right, I'd give up 1 more first because I honestly do think this could be our 3rd All-Star here in Jaylen Brown. He would obviously be starting at the small forward position. The NBA is basically positionless, and they do agree to that. So Jaylen Brown, welcome to the Indiana Pacers, going to be moved to small forward. He actually goes up to an 88 overall. So the good thing for us right now is we have 3 guys who have actually all of them have been in All-Star games in real life. So that's something that's obviously huge for us. All of these guys are 25 years old. The potential is really still there for them to keep getting better. What I need to do now is fix the rest of this roster. Not maybe fix, but really make it better so we can maybe get closer to that 73 win threshold. Let's do some more trades. You might find this to be a weird move, and it honestly might come back and bite me in the ass because we're really putting a lot of faith into the final season, not this upcoming one, but the next one being that, 70 plus win season. And again, I think with the way this team's built right now, I don't think we can necessarily make a move that's going to kind of get us even close to that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand pat right now. We obviously made the big trade for Jaylen Brown. The possibility of 3 All-Stars is potentially real. Let's look at how this team's going to look. It's going to be DeJounte Murray and Io. It's going to be Donovan Mitchell and Kevin Huerter. Jaylen Brown, Ochai is actually going to play a little bit. Grant and Poku. What I was potentially considering trading Jeremy Grant. Now, the reason I was doing this is because he's an expiring contract. I think his value is never going to be higher. So that's why I was kind of looking at that. Ultimately, really couldn't find the right trade. So we're going to be keeping him here and possibly doing a sign and trade come next offseason. Then the center position, if you will, the reason I'm not trading Daniel Gafford is because of his contract right now. He averaged a double-double last year for us. So actually, that was per 36 numbers for it, wasn't it? Close to a double-double last year for us. But if we look at his contract right now, he's making almost $2 million. So really cheap money, not really able to match that with some of the bigger deals. And I'm not saying that $12 million is, but it's much easier to match $12 million with a max center contract than it is under $2 million. So that's kind of my thought process going into the final season. But this is still a really good core. We should definitely be competitive for year number 2. I hate to say it's a throwaway season, but in the long-term side of it and the challenge, if you will, it kind of is. But we still have a really good squad going into year number 2 with a ton of potential and a lot of flexibility. I will see you guys at the start of year number 2. We obviously made a huge addition in this offseason by adding Jaylen Brown, who was an all-star last year. That obviously doesn't count for our goal of having 3 all-stars, but we have a really good core right here between Murray, Mitchell, and Brown with all the potential in the world to be all-stars. So I would like to get that, part of this challenge done in the year that we hopefully hit 73 plus wins. But again, if I can't, I'm not going to include it, if you will, but maybe I can check it off with an asterisk next to it. But this is still a really good team. It's not going to be anywhere close to that 73 wins where we want to be, but it's really good and a really good building block. DeJounte Murray, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, that's obviously the big 3. Jeremy Grant, Daniel Gafford, our front court, which is a solid front court, don't get me wrong. I'm just not really banking on them being all-stars, but I would still like them to be good. Io is going to be our 6th man, followed by Poku, Kevin Huerter, Billy Hernan-Gomez, and Ochai Bagage, or however you pronounce it, I'm sorry, is going to be our 10th and final man in the rotation. Hopefully that overall can go up a little bit because he could be in a big trade by the time next offseason rolls around. But we're in a good spot for year number 2. Hopefully it can be a solid season. Slowly but surely, we are making progress to our ultimate goal as we are the 2 seed here in the Eastern Conference to wrap up the second season. Luka Doncic, your MVP. Never seen that before. 2 seed, I'll take it. Number 4 in the power rankings. Paolo Banchero, your rookie of the year, is in Houston. Chet Holmgren, 6th man of the year in Cleveland. Anthony Davis in a Sixers jersey. That looks interesting. Cam Thomas, most improved. Monty Williams, coach of the year at 56 and 26. The Suns obviously won the finals last year, and it looks like they're on track to potentially do that again. We go 51 and 31, so we are going to need at least 23 wins, or 23 more wins by next season in order to get to that 74 or 73 mark, whatever you really want to call it. But that's obviously a big goal, and we're going to need a really big offseason. But we obviously do have another season coming up. Wow, okay. DeJounte Murray down in the points. I mean, we obviously added a 20-plus point per game guy with the potential in Jaylen Brown. But let's check out the All-Stars. Let's see if any of these guys did make the All-Star team. Where am I going? Did I skip it? Donovan Mitchell, no. Jaylen Brown did make the All-Star team, and DeJounte Murray did not make the All-Star team. Okay, that sucks. My All-Star would be really cool. My main goal is to get to that 73-win threshold. Like that, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I'm going to try for the All-Stars, but I really want the wins. The New York Knicks, Markelle Fultz, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, LeBron James, Scotty Barnes, Nikola Vucevic. I'm pretty much scared of any team that has LeBron, no matter what the rest of the squad looks like. That being said, I thought we were better. We are down 3-1, though. We're battling back, going to a Game 7, and wow, LeBron blew a 3-1 lead. Cleveland Cavaliers, Fred VanVleet, Devin Booker, Brandon Ingram, Marvin Bagley, Mitchell Robinson. They have Chet Holmgren off the bench, Jakob Poeltl. Frank, I mean, seriously, do you have enough tall white guys? Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a decent team in Cleveland right there. A lot of height there in Cleveland, if you will. We're up 3-2 right now. Can we close them out? We are not. We're going to go to another. Are we about to blow a 3-1 lead? No. We're in the East Finals. It's the 8th-seeded Toronto Raptors, who are obviously in the play-in. It's just Embiid again, and obviously he beat us last year. They're still an 8 seed, though. Like, hypothetically, we should be beating them. We're down 2-0. Wow. Not exactly what I was hoping for, and we lose to an 8 seed. An 8 seed goes on to the finals, and an 8 seed wins the finals. A team in the play-in for the first time, NBA history, obviously the play-in hasn't been around that long, wins the finals, and Joel Embiid finals MVP. Hey, he deserved it with numbers like that. More importantly, we're entering a really important time right now where we have a lot of goals. We obviously want to hit that 73-plus win threshold. We obviously want to win a championship, even though that Warriors team didn't win a finals. I mean, I know they did after that and before that, technically. But you know what I'm saying? This is the goal. This is a really big goal right now, so let's get into it. Nothing here in league meetings. Draft lottery. I think we had the Bucks pick actually next season. Not that it really looks like it would have impacted us anyways. Yeah, wait, did I trade my first round pick? Oh, no, we have number 26 right there. Not too bad. Stauffer, obviously our coach cannot get better than that, so that's fine right there. We have number 26. I'm actually going to trade this. Actually, no. I'll draft somebody, whoever's highest overall, and then maybe I can throw them in a trade, if you will. Just because I think I will get better value there. So, Azolas to Bayless, I have no idea who you are, but you're one of the 3 highest prospect on the board, so I'll take you. And I'd also rather not run it back with Hernan Gomez, so you could be a potentially nice backup center option at a 72 overall. Team player options, Poku's definitely coming back. I like Poku a lot. He definitely possibly could be in a trade, though. Ayo's also going to come back. Also might be in a trade. I'm not saying these are 100% going to happen, but I need to go ahead and make a really good squad. So, yeah, Jeremy Grant, we're going to give an offer to. It unfortunately looks like Ayo, we don't have any sort of rights on him because he was a second-round pick. So that does really suck. Jeremy Grant is somebody who definitely might be a sign-in trade for me. Ayo's probably going to come back in his qualifying. Let's get into some trades. So we're going to try to pick up an all-star center here in Bam Adebayo. I went ahead and checked. He's actually been an all-star. Where is it? For the past 2 seasons, if I can ever find it. Or not past 2 seasons. Last season, he was an all-star, and he's been an all-star twice. But I would like to have him on this team. I think it just adds potentially a 4th guy who could be an all-star. And obviously, it's a huge upgrade at center while we're trying to win 73-plus games. So it'd be cool to have Bam on this squad. I didn't think that was going through. We're obviously going to have to give up some assets here. I'll give up Ochai if you want him at 2-star value there. And I'll probably give up 2 Bayless as well. Yeah, he's a 1.5 stars. How many stars is Hernan Gomez? He's actually 2 stars of them. I didn't give up a single pick, and I added an all-star. An all-star to this team. All right, we definitely have a lot of potential now. Again, I'm still not 100% sold on Jeremy Grant, but I don't necessarily think he has to be traded at this point. So he's somebody who I'll poke around at some offers with. If I don't find anything I love, I'll go ahead and keep him, and then I'll sign some other guys. I'll see you guys whatever does come next, though. The trade is being made. Jeremy Grant, Poku, and a first-round pick next year. It's actually that Bucks pick is going to Toronto for John Collins and Julian. Is that Champagne? I don't know. And Julian, he's coming back as well. But John Collins is coming off a season of almost 20 points, almost 10 boards, 2.5 assists. The potential is really there. So now we have a starting 5 of guys who all have the potential to be all-stars. So if 3 of those guys can pan out for us, that's one part of the challenge that can be checked off the list. Obviously, there's still 2 more to go after that, but the potential with this team is obviously super real right now. That being said, I don't have a bench anymore, so that really sucks. Ayo's obviously going to come back. What I need to do right now is kind of sign as many guys as possible. Ayo will be our backup point guard. Do I want to roll with either Julian Champagne, who averaged points? Yeah, no, that's not happening. I'm going to trade him along with maybe Tuzbekis or Tubelis, whatever the fuck his name is, and see if I can get somebody who's a more, I don't know, certified player. That seems like the wrong term, but somebody who's been here. Deron Sharp didn't even play, but honestly, it could take that. It's not a bad backup center option. Or I could just bring Hernan Gomez back, 4 and 5.5. I mean, that's not horrible. I was convinced Emmanuel Mudiay was going to be a star in this league. I'm going to bring back Hernan Gomez. It's not a perfect trade, but it's probably what I got at this point. 2 Bayless and 2 second-round picks. We have a center and a point guard as a backup. I'm actually not going to give Jaylen Brown a backup. I think that's actually going to be a good idea. Maybe not the best idea, but it's, in my opinion, it's a good idea. So we're going to go a 9-man rotation, and it might be a little scummy, but the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to play the starters just a fuck ton of minutes. Hopefully their numbers are super solid. I'm not finding any trades here that are good whatsoever, so it's officially time to hit free agency. We obviously have our point guard set. We have our backup center set. Now we need to figure out some other things. So like Gary Payton's an option, or Larry Nance Jr., who I like a lot, really definitely doesn't need to play a ton of minutes to potentially be impactful on this team. Now let's look at some other options here who are probably going to be sign and trade pieces, like Kendrick Williams. I'm probably going to trade for some sort of shooting guard. And yeah, we'll throw in Kendrick Williams along with Tubelis and a first-round pick here for a backup shooting guard. Hopefully somebody that can be decent enough to be potentially a 6-man for us, but somebody who's not. Oh, wow, Keegan Murray's here. 4 and 3.5. Good job, Keegan. It's funny to just see it because obviously he was the number 4 overall pick in the real draft and has had a really good summer league so far. and now he's averaging 4 and 3.5. Obviously, it was his rookie year, but just funny to see. Okay, we are going to go ahead. I need a shooting guard. Did I pass any like really good shooting guards? Like RJ Hampton. It's not horrible. It's really not. I'm just not seeing anything I really love here, if I'm being honest with you. I think I'm going to take RJ Hampton. I'm going to take him and Duran Sharp, and then I'm going to trade Duran Sharp along with Hernan Gomez, and we are going to hopefully get a better backup center. Again, it does not need to be anybody crazy good like Cody Zeller. If he wasn't 30, 8 and 7 though. All right, that's probably as good as it's going to get. Cody Zeller, welcome to the team. I'm going to wait on Io, and then we'll have a 9-man rotation. I'll see you guys at the start of a year that's hopefully going to be a really good one. So I didn't necessarily get too cheesy with a lot of the trades in today's video, but I'm getting cheesy with the rotation right now. And as you can see, the entire starting 5 is playing 36 or 37 minutes. I'm sorry, John Collins. You were kind of the one guy in there I couldn't get an extra minute to. I mean, honestly, I maybe could take, you know what? Yeah, I'll give John Collins a 37-minute. The entire starting 5 of playing 37 minutes. I'm hoping this can somehow turn into 73 or more wins, a championship, and 3+ All-Stars. That's obviously a huge prayer, if you will, but I think it's a possibility. And we'd also be doing it without having a 90+ overall, which I think would be really cool. Here's how it's going to go. DeJounte Murray, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, John Collins, and Bam Adebayo. Our bench unit, who's really not playing a ton of minutes. Io, Cody Zeller, Larry Nance Jr., and RJ Hampton. So it's a 9-man rotation now versus the 10 we've been doing the past 2 seasons. We are obviously led by a head coach who couldn't be any better. I know Mike Stauffer's a developer for 2K, and he just pumps himself up in this game every single year. It is what it is, honestly. This team, I'm hoping for some really good things. I'll see you guys at the end of year. Actually, you know what? I'm going to simulate with you guys until we lose it. See you at the end of year number 3. All right, so I'm going to do something with you guys that I really have never done before, and I'm only doing it because it's part of the challenge. We're going to actually stop at All-Star Weekend and check out the All-Stars, see who we got on our team. Then we'll get into the record. I'm actually going to sim the rest of this season with you guys. I don't know. It's something I've never done before. I thought I'd switch it up. All-Star captains have announced, do you wish to stop the simulation? Yes, I do. I don't want to... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to actually... Oh, wait, no. Okay, shit. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know it said choose. I thought it said view. Okay, well, now it's time to check if our guys were all-stars or not this season. Let's see what is going on. Donovan Mitchell, no. They're just fucking this dude out of an all-star every year. DeJounte Murray, no. Jaylen Brown, I think so. I think that 2023 one's this year. No, it wasn't. It's 2024. We had one all-star. We really did. That sucks. It wasn't the biggest part of the challenge I was focused on. It would have been cool, though. What we're going to do right now is check out some numbers and see how screwed out of all-star spots that these guys got. You got screwed. There's no way that's not an all-star right there. I mean, unless Michael Jordan, there's 6 of him playing in the league. I can't imagine how that's not an all-star. Murray's really good. I mean, obviously, there's more to his game than just the numbers. Obviously, the assists are great. He's not really necessarily a scorer. He's a really good rebounding guard, but probably not, in my opinion, but I think the potential is still there. Probably an all-star season from Jaylen Brown. Did not get the nod. Bam was the one guy who got it, 15 and 12. I'll take that from him. And Collins isn't, like, I don't know. I thought this team was good enough to have at least 3 all-stars, but we didn't get it. That's obviously part of the challenge. Oh, shit. Now I need to check out my record because I have no idea what it is. 50 and 6. Holy shit. So we can, the hope is alive. Oh, my God. We cannot lose more than 3 games. I would obviously like to break the record, so 2 is our hypothetical, but let's sim and see what happens. We're not going to stop at the trade deadline. We lost 1. Now we have 1 more game to lose, and we're just hitting the all-star break right now. Son of a bitch. Not obviously using extension, and we lost. We lost. So the best, what do we have? Whoops, excuse me. What do we have in the, we have 8 losses. Oh, wait, so we can't lose another game. We cannot lose 1 more game if we want to go ahead and break the record. We're in March, so Jesus Christ. Is it possible? No, we lost. We can only tie this record. God damn it. And can we even do that? Nope, we can't. Fucking we blew it. All right. I took an interesting approach to this rebuild. I obviously did. Oh, we lost another one. I obviously didn't get super, super cheesy. I don't know, though. I still had fun with it. And we still won 72. No, we didn't. We won 71 games, didn't we? Luka, MVP, Victor, Cole Anthony, Anthony Davis, Chet Holmgren. Yeah, we won 71 and 11. Not bad. I've obviously broken 73 wins before. I unfortunately did not do it today. We're obviously the 1 seed. I can show you the stats again, but I was more concerned with the stats at the trade deadline or the All-Star deadline just because I wanted this team. I wanted 3 All-Stars. Wow, we are 0 for 2 so far. Hopefully we can get that title because that would be really cool. It's the Raptors who have beaten us 2 years in a row. They won as championship as a play-in team last year. And we sweep them this year, obviously. Why wouldn't we? Emmanuel quickly, Josh Giddey, Zaire Williams, Zion. Oh, fuck me, dude. I mean, come on. Is it all? I feel like I do beat Zion, though, a lot when he's not with the Pelicans. It must be something about that water down there in New Orleans or something like that. Because, goddamn, it feels like he's a cheat code no matter what, but especially a cheat code when he's in New Orleans. We're just sweeping everybody. But no, we lose 11 games during the regular season. Obviously, that's not bad, but I would have preferred not to have that many losses. This team is Steph Curry and, some decent players. There's no other all-stars here, but it's Steph Curry. We should be winning a championship, so we will get that part of the rebuild down. Okay, thank God. Bam Adebayo, your finals MVP at 12-10. That sucks. That would have been cool. I would have absolutely loved to have gotten 3 All-Stars, 73-plus wins. So this challenge, if I'm being honest with you, it didn't sound as hard as it actually was made out to be. So, I'm sorry. What was the name of the commenter of this challenge? It was, Beef Wellington. I've never seen a YouTube name like that, but that's honestly hilarious. Of course, if you guys do have any other challenges, feel free to comment them below. I do promise you, even if I don't respond to your comment or heart your comment, I do see those challenges. Yeah, this was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And I'd honestly be down to do this again maybe in a couple months or two, maybe before 2K23 drops. So let me know down below in the comment section if you guys do want to see that. I'd be happy to maybe give it another go. Of course, if you guys are new around here, can leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. Yeah, this sucks. I really thought it was going to be easier than... I don't know why. I kind of just assume when I make these kind of God squads that I have at least 3 All-Stars every single time, and maybe that's the case. And I got unlucky today, but whatever happened, we did not make the team good enough. It sucks. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.